Let's get the vibes right. Let's get the vibes right. Got our incense, pineapple and mango. Let's attempt to turn on our light. Damn. Damn. Rest easy to Tupac, but slight as Tupac dead. Damn. Well, there goes that. Let me get me in focus. Let's get the vibes right. What up? My name is Johnny, and welcome back to the stove. What up? My name is Johnny, and welcome back to the stew. If this is your first time coming to my channel, seeing one of my videos, hey, my name is Johnny. I'm a real one. At least I try to be. My vlogs are usually about family, life, overcoming obstacles, and trying to become the best version of myself. So if that's something that you're into, stick around. Get in with me. Tap in with your boy. We talking about life. We talking about overcoming challenges. We trying to win the whole thing. You feel me? Now, since you guys did tap in with me, first off, I'm going to say the Cowboys are playing the Green Bay Packers tonight. And Sunday Night Football, prime time. And I just got to say, before I start chopping it up, I know the Cowboys are trash. They my team, though. They my team. I can't say that I love Dak Prescott because I don't. I don't love the Cowboys secondary. Our defense, terrible. Terrible. Ever since Jerry Jones traded Micah Parsons, before the season started, this season, it looked good. It started off, they played Philly. They did their thing. They lost, to the defending Super Bowl champs. Then they played the Giants. They won in a thriller. And then they played the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears. Now, the Chicago Bears aren't the best team in the NFL. And the Cowboys got mopped by Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Our defense was atrocious. It was terrible. It was trash. It was... That's literally how I felt watching the Dallas Cowboys. But they my team, though. So I'm sticking with them. I don't care if they trash. They my team. See, the Cowboys, for me, they're like a girlfriend that I'll never break up with. She could put me through the ringer. She could damn near, put me on the stretcher. But I'm still going to stick with her. Why? Because my loyalty is unfading. If there was one thing that I'm loyal to, if there was one thing that I am loyal to, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because they've always been my team. Ever since I was a little jit, being 4 years old, seeing Emmitt Smith break for a 22-yard run against the Washington Redskins at the time, blew my mind. Best thing I've ever seen. Loved it. Been a fan ever since. But being a Dallas Cowboys fan in 2025, oh, you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy. Your mental health has to be in question. Because I know mine is every time I watch them play. Every time I see Four throw the football, I'm like, damn. It's either he's going to have a really good game or he's just going to play absolutely terrible. And that's just the truth of it. But the Cowboys, they're playing the Packers tonight. Show me something different, Dallas Cowboys. Show me that y'all belong. Show me that y'all can make this happen. I'm still going to root for you. Win, lose, or draw. I don't care if you trash. You my team still. Like that girlfriend that I'll never break up with. Micah Parsons. Guess who he plays for? It's the Green Bay Packers. Guess who we're playing tonight? It's that same Micah Parsons that Jerry Jones decided to trade. Now, hold on. Let me, I got this shirt real quick from the 47 brand. It's the Dallas Cowboys football. You feel me? With the Dallas Cowboys cap. Boom. You feel me? We're doing it. But yeah, we're playing those same Green Bay Packers tonight. Micah Parsons on the team. I hope he gets no sacks. But there's a good chance that he might have like 7. And if he does, I'm going to pull out the hair that I do have. No, I'm not. But you get what I'm saying. But shout out to the Cowboys. Hopefully y'all win tonight. Now, on to what is real. How do I go about this? Let's just go right into it. Today, I had to go to the hospital this morning at like 5 in the morning. Now, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna tell you why I went to the hospital. So, but before I tell you why I had to go to the hospital, just let me give you the surrounding story of how I got here. Well, yeah, got to the hospital. Ever since my last video, it didn't do very well. Hey, it's all good. I'm a trier. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going hard no matter what. But my video, it absolutely tanked. I put all kinds of time, energy, and effort into it. It didn't get the results. It's all good. But that's only a little bit of it. But in my video, I didn't like particularly the way that I looked physically. I've always been an athlete. I played sports. I used to play football. I've always worked out my whole entire life. But in my last video, I can't say that I liked exactly how I looked. So I was like, you know what? Since I don't like the way that I necessarily look, let me do something about it. Let me change it. Let me switch things up. So ever since like August, I started working out. I started out doing like 150. Then I got up to doing 300 push-ups a day. So ever since August, it's September 28th, I believe, today. So I've been going hard and I've been doing my push-ups and I've been trying. So this past Wednesday, I go outside and I get my 250 push-ups in. Now, at my house, there is a grassy area outside, which I like to work out in. I like to be a part of nature. I'm a nature boy. No, I'm not Ric Flair, but I am a nature boy. So I like to work out outside. I like to be in nature. So I was working outside, and I was doing my push-ups, and it was the afternoon. And in the grass, there are these things called chiggers. Goddamn chiggers. I went outside and I did my workout at the time of day where the chiggers are most active. I didn't know this. So I'm doing my push-ups. I'm going crazy. I'm trying to become Super Saiyan 4 like Goku. I get my push-ups in. Then I noticed my wrist. It looked like a little bite. And I was like, I ignored it. Didn't look like it was nothing too much. And then I went about my day. The next day comes around. I start to notice that my arm starts to look kind of funny. I'm starting to get all kinds of bumps. I'm starting to get all kinds of swelling in my arm. But still, I'm like, I'm not going to go to the hospital yet. It's probably just a little rash or something. I can take care of it. So, I treat it. I get me some natural remedies. I got myself some tea tree oil. I got myself some shea butter. And I got myself some coconut oil. And for the most part, that was all good. Until last night. I started to notice that this is going to sound low-key kind of graphic, but I started to notice that I had like little streaks of pus coming out my arm. And I'm like, what the hell? What the helly? So I cleaned my arm up. Every time I cleaned my arm, it felt like a goddamn molten lava was being poured all over my skin. That's how bad it burned every time I cleaned my arm. So I cleaned my arm up, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just cover myself because I still don't know what's really going on. So the whole entire time, my skin started to notice all these little bumps just started to pop up on my arms. So I started to Google some things. Then someone told me yo, see what insects and bugs are in the grass. So I started to look up what possible things could be in the grass. And one of the things that kept, popping up in my searches were chiggers. And I'm like, what if I got bit up by a whole bunch of chiggers? Because when chiggers bite you, what they do is they bite into your skin and they go into your hair follicles, I pretty much think, and they release saliva into where your skin is, and it's some real nasty, disgusting shit, pretty much, right? So I'm like, man, I think I got bit up by some chiggers. And so the next day comes around, which was Saturday. So this has been going on for 2 or 3 days now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just starting to notice my arm getting worse, and worse. And then this morning when I went to bed, or I woke up from going to bed, I noticed that in my sweater, I see all this yellow crust. It was disgusting, and it was pus. And I was like, you know what? I gotta go to the hospital. So let me just show y'all real quick. A little hospital bed. Ugh. Ugh. So hopefully that was caught on camera. But so I go to the hospital, and I'm telling I go to the hospital. This is just so stupid. And I'm telling the doctor yo, I was working out outside, and the first thing she literally said was, "Oh, it sounds like you got bit up by some chiggers." And I'm like, yeah, I think so. This is what I low-key Googled and everything too, of what could possibly be in the grass. And I told her what was going on, and she was like, oh, and also you're developing a skin infection from the chigger bites. And that's why the pus and all of the nasty stuff was coming out of my arm. And I was like, oh, snaps, I didn't know all that. Then she asked me what I like been doing to like treat it, and I told her like the tea tree oil. She was like, no, you definitely shouldn't have used that. That's just going to make it more irritated. It's great, but it's just going to make your skin more irritated, and it's just going to break out even more. So I was like, I didn't know all of that. So it's like 5 a.m, and she was like, the doctor was like, I'm gonna prescribe you some antibiotics and some antibiotic cream, and you're gonna have to get yourself some remedies. Oh, hold on, my little beard is. Ooh, hold on, real quick. Let me get right. She was like, you're gonna have to get yourself some remedies in order for yourself to get better again, and to take the ointment and take the treatment. But she also said I can't work out for pretty much 7 to 10 days almost. But she said like don't be outside and active for over 2 weeks until you fully heal and get and get right. Because if I go outside and I work out, and I get sweat into my arms, into my glands again, it could irritate the skin infection even more. So I have to stay at home until the skin infection it heals. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that changes things up a little bit. I gotta reconfigure my plan of action of how to work out and get back right again. So I walked home after I went to the hospital, and I was just sitting there just thinking to myself, like, the month of September has not been good for me at all. It's been low-key kind of shitty. But one thing about me is that I'll take a bad situation and I'll use it as fuel in order to get better. Now, I've been dealing with like all kind of different things this September. I also had to go to the hospital again earlier this month because some stupid shit. Again, I got a bad case of pretty much like athlete's foot, and like my toe swelled up, and I used to get it like when I used to play football in high school, and hold on. Like when I used to play football, I don't even know like if I'm like all the way back here why I was doing that. But I used to get it when I used to play football. I used to get athlete's foot. Pretty, crazy. But I used to get it treated and whatnot. So I had to like go get it checked out earlier this month. And I got it like it's all treated, it's good now. But this was like the second time I had to go to the hospital, and I was like, damn, another setback. And I was like, how am I going to look at this? I started to feel like, damn, what's going on in my life? Things aren't going to plan. I felt like this sense of like failure. Like I felt like the sense of like disappointment in myself, because I'm like, every time I try to start something, I never finish it. And I've always been like one of those people who, like, I'll start out and I have like great plans, and like I'll set out on the journey to do something epic, but sometimes I don't always follow through. And I don't want to be one of those people to not follow through if I said I'm going to set a goal to get myself physically right because I didn't like what I seen in the mirror. And this setback from getting a skin infection, I started to think like, man, what what am I going to do? And how am I going to approach this? And I didn't want to be a negative Nancy about this situation and like get down on myself, because there's like pretty much nothing that I really can do, because I can't even go, like the doctor said that I pretty much can't even like low key go outside like out into the sun for too long, because if I sweat too much, then it's gonna cause a problem for me. And I'm like, that's the opposite of like who I am. I love to be outside. I love the sun. I want to be in the sun, shit, all the time. And I just thought to myself, like, instead of being a Debbie Downer, instead of being like, instead of being down about the situation, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna embrace the setback, and I'm gonna film a video. So that's how I ended up filming this video right here. Was basically because I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna talk about what's going on with me. Maybe there's somebody out there who knows what it's like to, A, have a skin infection, but B, who knows what it's like to start something and who has setbacks. And I just like, I had to be graceful, and I had to be loving towards myself. And that was like very hard, because I was just like, man, you started something, you've been going hard, you've been doing good, you've been consistent, and now you got to stop for pretty much another 2 weeks until your skin infection heals. And all right, I accept it. And I just want to take this time that I get to sit down for these next days, and I don't know. I want to read more. I want to tap in with my mom a lot more. I want to tap in with my dog, Benji, a lot more. This little dude is crazy. My little my dog Benji is like a rock star. This boy, once he gets going, he don't stop. But I love bro to death. And I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be A Johnny, and I'm gonna rock out, and I'm just gonna try to I'm just gonna try to be present, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to like live my life when something bad happens to me that I go into a negative thought pattern, which I've done so many times in my life. And I feel like this is why, like, this is where it's led me. Obviously, one of the things that I care about very much is mental health. I care about my mental health. I care about other people's mental health. It's very, very important, because in this life, things could get challenging. Things could get mad difficult. Sometimes, like, I'm glad that it was just a skin infection and it wasn't something worse to where, like, I had to go through something even more challenging. I'm glad that I caught it, where I did. But, like, there's people who didn't get to wake up today. I know people, sadly, who've passed away, like, literally this week. I'm going to say RIP to Auntie Tawana. I appreciate you. Thank you for being such a great human being. Thank you for looking out for me when your boy was living out there in Gilroy, and I used to come over to your house with you and Rondell, and, you used to just look out for me, and you was like that auntie for me. And that's how I always looked at you. It was like an auntie. And my Aunt Tawana, she passed away this week. And I wasn't even going to talk about this, but, like, it hurts. It sucks. But I'm grateful that she's not in pain no more. I'm grateful that she doesn't have to suffer anymore. I'm grateful that she gets to fly high, and that she gets to go be with the stars, and she gets to go be with the ancestors and all the spirit guides and all the things that protected her and loved her in this life. And, you go through challenges, you go through ups and downs in life. Life isn't always, smiles and, great times. Sometimes you're going through struggles, you're going through different challenges, you're going through many different valleys, many different peaks, and you got to navigate yourself mentally in order to, stay on course and to stay, like, you got to have equanimity. You got to be in balance with your emotions, and you got to remain present. And that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to remain present, and I didn't want to be a negative Nancy or Debbie Downer about this situation and this setback, because I know, Lord knows, I know how I can get sometimes. And sometimes, I got to check myself, because if you don't check yourself, you could riggedy wreck yourself. And I ain't trying to do all that. But shout out to, everybody that's going through the struggle, everybody who's going through different challenges. Show up, keep going hard. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let the setback hold you back. Embrace it. Like I always say to myself, I like to walk through the fire. I want to walk through it because I want to be great. I want to be legendary. I want to try to figure this out in life. And, I want to give back. And if I can give back with just encouraging somebody like to keep going, please keep going. Don't ever give up. Even when times get absolutely crushing and challenging, don't give up. Don't stop. I got your back. Your boy is Johnny. I'm here for you. Hopefully somebody out there, they're here for me too when it gets like that too. I know I got some real ones out there who love me and appreciate me, and I love them and I appreciate them. And, this brings me, I guess, to, my last point is I'm going to say in my fitness journey, or this journey of, trying to get back right again. I just want to look good in my clothing, to be all the way 100 with you. I ain't the best looking guy in the world. I ain't never said that. I ain't never claiming that title, and I will never, ever claim that title. But I want to be a man who, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to absolutely do it. So my last point, I'm going to say fuck it, and I'm going to try again. As soon as I heal up, I don't know if I'm going to join, I'm going to get in the gym, or I'm going to find a park to go to reach my goal. And I'm going to just try again, and I'm going to get back out there. I'm going to do my push-ups. As soon as I heal up, I'm going to be out there, and I'm going to pursue myself. I'm going to pursue my goal. I'm going to try to figure out how can I look the best I could possibly look for myself. I'm not in no competition with nobody. I ain't trying to be better than nobody in this world. I'm just trying to be better than myself. My arms right now, they look like a balloon. They look like a balloon, mate. My arms look terrible right now. Like, these chigger bites. You can't even see it, but I'm just trying to look better, for myself, where my arms are looking like a balloon. And I'm going to try again. And I'm never, ever going to stop. And I'm never going to give up on myself, because I done been in some dark-ass places to where I wanted to give up on myself. I wanted to quit on myself. I wanted to quit life so many times. And I'm not saying that I want to do that at all, but I'm saying, like, I've been there mentally to where, it's got real dark for me. But I never, ever want to take those step backs. And one thing about me is I'm very tapped in with the divine and the creator, the ancestors, the spirit guides, the spiritual things of this world. God, I love God 1,000%. I don't follow man. I don't beat to the drum of any other man. I want to be my own man, kid. I walk my own way, like that one Reebok commercial. I can't even remember what it was, but I want to try again, and I want to just put myself out there. And I wasn't even gonna really try to make this video right here, but I'm gonna put myself out there, and I'm gonna go absolutely Super Saiyan 4 and ape shit when I heal up. And for anybody out there, don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your dreams, man. Don't ever stop. Don't ever quit. Because you know what? Your work that you put in, it might inspire somebody to do something hella cool. Who knows, man? Just put yourself out there. My camera's finna die, so I'm before it doesn't matter if, yeah. It doesn't matter at this point if that the sunspot on my shirt, whatever. It's whatever. It's from the sun. But before my camera died, I was gonna say, yeah, I know I'm just a guy in his room that's trying to make a dream a reality. And I'll be that guy. And I want to just say to anybody out there, don't listen to anything that I'm saying. Just stick with me. Don't listen to anything that I'm saying if I'm going to encourage you to do something bad. Don't listen to anything that I'm saying if I'm going to encourage you to make bad decisions in life. Don't listen to anything that I'm saying if I don't tell you the truth. Because I'm always going to tell you the truth. And I'm always going to encourage you to make good decisions. And I'm always going to tell you to do good things in life. Why? Because that's the right thing to do. I want to see people succeed. I want to succeed. I want to see people thrive. I want to see, dreams become realities for people. And I'm just putting my dream out there. If you happen to watch this video, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me the time of day. Thank you for checking out this video. You didn't have to do it, but you decided to. And to you, I say you're a real one. And hopefully you press that subscribe button and you watch some more videos and, you come check me out again. And hopefully we won't be inside the house with chigger bites and with skin infections. And I know it sounds absolutely terrible, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to keep it a stack. You just got to just say it how it is. And if people don't like that, it is what it is. But as long as you tell the truth, you can't be mad at the result. You can't be mad at how anything plays out if you tell the truth, if you're honest. So I'm honest. I kept it real. And I'm going to say to you guys, shout out to my mama. Shout out to my brothers. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to my awesome ass friends. Shout out to, everybody who's just trying in life. Shout out to everybody who's just trying in life. And, tap in with your boy again. It's your boy, Johnny. Go Dallas Cowboys. Get the win tonight. Fuck, I hate the Packers, man. And it's terrible, too, because I just have the worst memories of the Packers. My cousin, a.k.a. my best friend, Elliot Long, every year that the Cowboys and the Cowboys and the Packers play, he always sends me this video of when the Cowboys and the Packers played and Dez Bryant caught that football, but they said that he didn't catch that football, and then they just lost in an epic-ass, terrible-ass fashion like the Dallas Cowboys always do. Yeah. Elliot hasn't hit me up today, and he hasn't sent that message, so I'm kind of glad and I'm kind of happy, but I can't say never is never because he probably will. But until the next time, your boy is Johnny. I'm going to be out. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll tap in with you again. We're going to get the vibes right. We're going to get the grind right. We're going to get the life right. We're going to stay happy, nappy, and blessed. All that shit, too. I'll see you again. Until the next time. Peace. And I definitely got to just show the visuals of just some visuals of how my arms was looking this morning, because this shit was out of pocket. This shit was out of pocket. Goddamn chiggers, man. Sorry if my camera's not stable. I'm just trying to show my arm. It was a chigger that did it. Shout out to all my chiggers. The chiggers. Yeah, chiggers suck. No shout out to chiggers. Y'all y'all messed up my whole entire life. My arm looked like my arm looked like a goddamn, it looked like a 7-Eleven bottle. My arm looked like a 99-cent store bat. It don't look right. My arm look like everything terrible in every horror movie that you've ever seen. If you've seen a horror movie that was just terrible with some terrible like special effects, that's exactly how my arm look. I'm just keeping it real. My arm don't look right. Both my arms don't look right. Left and right. Right and left. I gotta figure this shit out, man. Michael Parsons didn't do shit. The game ended in a tie, 40-40. Green Bay Packers, your team is hella weak. Y'all had the opportunities to either end the game in overtime, either score a touchdown and try to win the game, but y'all wanted to kick a field goal and to tie the game at the end of overtime. Y'all the weakest niggas in the world. I hope that all the cheese in Green Bay goes bad. I hope that rats get into all the cheese in Green Bay and just contaminate all the cheese. I just don't want nobody to get sick. But the Packers, they suck. They're garbage. Jordan Love, your love is terrible. You're loveless. What's his name? Romeo Dobbs with that big ass helmet. Helmet hella weak. Michael Parsons, you hella weak. Cowboys beat the shit out of the Jets. Nigga. 40-40. God. A tie game? Hella weak.